It might be Filipino. Did you know Bruno Mars, who co-wrote Uptown Funk, is Filipino-American? That song was everywhere: weddings, parties, grocery stores, and right at the heart of that global hit is a Filipino connection. The Philippines has this quiet, incredible influence on the world. It's like discovering the secret ingredient in your favorite dish. Not loud or flashy, but essential. This is the story of how one country helps run the show from behind the curtain. It's not just about one song or artist. Filipino talent pops up in the most surprising places: blockbuster movies, cutting-edge software, global tech. They're not always in the spotlight, but they make sure the spotlight works. The Philippines supplies some of the world's most critical components: skilled people, creative minds, and dedicated workers. This power doesn't come from armies or corporations, it comes from people. It's a human-centric influence, built on skill, resilience, and a culture of hard work. Most people don't even see it, it's hiding in plain sight. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the evidence. This is a story about a nation of over 110 million people whose impact is felt on every continent. From nurses in London to engineers in Dubai, from musicians on cruise ships to tech innovators in Silicon Valley, the Filipino presence is global. It's time we talked about how this island nation became one of the world's most essential, yet unheralded players. Prepare to be surprised. The Philippines' secret influence is one of the most interesting stories you've never been told. Think of the Philippines as a secret superhero. No cape, no spotlight, just quiet, world-changing work. This hero's superpower? Skill, adaptability, and an unbeatable positive attitude. Filipino nurses, engineers, seafarers, and musicians are everywhere, saving the day with super competence. The secret identity: the Overseas Filipino Worker, or OFW, millions strong. They leave home to build better lives for their families and, in the process, a better world for everyone else. They're the backbone of countless industries, often unnoticed. What makes them so effective? World-class training, English fluency, and a cultural knack for teamwork. Pakikisama. They're incredible collaborators, fitting into any team, anywhere. The Philippines' strength is soft power, talent, and dedication. This superhero doesn't need to shout. Its influence is felt in every hospital, ship, and concert hall. The Philippines is quietly running the world, one skilled professional at a time. The world just doesn't know who to thank yet. Let's talk numbers. Over 10 million Filipinos work abroad. That's about 10% of the country's population. This isn't random migration, it's a strategic movement of talent. Filipinos are in over 170 countries, forming a global network of excellence. About a third are in highly skilled professions: doctors, nurses, engineers, IT specialists. Others are seafarers, construction workers, and hospitality staff, essential jobs that keep the world moving. Why are they in demand? Decades of hard-earned reputation: hardworking, competent, resilient. Employers know hiring a Filipino means getting skill and a positive attitude. Their remittances, over $30 billion a year, fuel the Philippine economy, funding education, homes, and businesses. It's a cycle of empowerment. OFWs lift their families and their nation. They're not just working for themselves, they're working for the future of their country. The Filipino workforce is a gold standard in the global labor market. Their impact is immense, but often invisible. They prove a nation's greatest export can be its people. The world runs smoother because of them. If you've been to a hospital in the US, UK, or Middle East, chances are a Filipino nurse cared for you. The Philippines is the world's largest exporter of nurses. 1 in 20 US nurses trained there. They're the calm, steady presence in emergencies and recovery rooms. This didn't happen by accident. Filipino nursing schools are world-class, producing skilled English-fluent graduates. But it's more than training, it's cultural. Filipino culture values family and caring for others, especially the elderly. This creates a unique bedside manner: empathy, patience, and warmth. It's a professional signature recognized worldwide. During global health crises, Filipino healthcare workers were on the front lines everywhere. Their courage and resilience were celebrated in headlines from London to New York. Their contribution was immeasurable. The world relies on this quiet army of caregivers. They are the guardians of global health. The Filipino touch keeps our hospitals running and our families safe. Look at the skyline of Dubai or Doha. Filipino hands helped build those skyscrapers. For decades, Filipino engineers, architects, and construction workers have turned blueprints into reality. They're the welders, electricians, and project managers behind the world's megastructures. Filipinos are also kings of the sea. About a quarter of all seafarers worldwide are Filipino. For every 4 ships on the ocean, one is likely run by a Filipino crew. They keep global trade moving. Your clothes, phone, and food likely traveled on a ship crewed by Filipinos. The Philippines invested in world-class maritime education, producing top-tier seafarers. Their training and natural affinity for the sea make them ideal for life on the ocean. They're trusted with billion-dollar vessels and precious cargo. Their work keeps inflation in check, economies growing, and vacations unforgettable. Filipino workers are the gears in the global machine. They don't just build buildings or sail ships. They build the infrastructure of our daily lives. Their impact is everywhere, even if you don't see it. Filipino influence isn't just in traditional industries, it's at the cutting edge of creativity and tech. In Hollywood, Filipino artists like Ronnie Del Carmen and Ginny Cruz Santos helped create Pixar and Disney classics. Their talent and work ethic shaped the animated films we love. In Silicon Valley, Filipino engineers and designers are behind the apps and devices we use daily. They work at Google, Apple, Facebook, coding, designing, and leading teams. Diosdado Banatao, a Filipino tech legend, invented the first single-chip graphics accelerator, revolutionizing computers. His story inspires a new generation of Filipino innovators. Filipino creatives and tech pros are the architects of our digital world. They may not be on magazine covers, but their work is everywhere. They prove the Philippines is a source of world-class creativity and intellect. They're coding and drawing the future one pixel at a time. The next time you watch a movie or use an app, remember the Filipino touch. Quietly, they're shaping the world. Walk into any hotel lounge in Asia, you'll likely find a Filipino band playing. Filipino musicians are famous for flawless covers and dominate live music on cruise ships and in luxury hotels. Their talent is so consistent, they've become the industry standard for live entertainment. But it's not just cover bands. Filipino artists like Bruno Mars, HR, Olivia Rodrigo, and Lea Salonga are global stars. They're shaping the sound of modern music, bringing Filipino culture to the world stage. Music is deeply embedded in Filipino culture. Karaoke is practically a national sport. This constant exposure nurtures natural talent and a love for music. As more Filipino artists succeed globally, they inspire new generations back home. The rise of P-pop groups like SB19 shows the Philippines can create global hits, not just cover them. The world is starting to listen to Filipino music itself. The secret is out. The Philippines has got talent. Their influence is creating a feedback loop of inspiration and innovation. Filipino music is now a global force. The world soundtrack has a Filipino beat. Filipino food was once a global secret, but not anymore. Jollibee, the iconic fast food chain, is taking over cities from New York to London. People line up for Chicken Joy and sweet spaghetti, a taste of home for Filipinos, a new flavor for everyone else. Traditional dishes like adobo and sinigang are gaining international recognition. Adobo is now on trendy menus worldwide. Sinigang was named the world's best vegetable soup. The Filipino diaspora acts as food ambassadors, opening restaurants and sharing recipes everywhere they go. A new generation of chefs is giving Filipino cuisine a modern twist, making it accessible and exciting. Even our language is influenced. Words like boondocks come from Tagalog. Filipino culture has been quietly integrating into global consciousness for over a century. From food to language, the Filipino influence is everywhere. The Filipino kitchen is open for business and the world is finally coming to the table. The flavors of the Philippines are now global. The world is hungry for more. Is the Philippines secretly running the world? Maybe not like a president or CEO, but in a quieter, more fundamental way. The Philippines' greatest asset is its people. Through skill, hard work, and spirit, Filipinos are indispensable to the global economy and culture. They're the unseen hand healing, building, sailing, and entertaining the world. This is soft power, built on millions of daily acts, not headlines. Each nurse, engineer, and musician builds bridges of goodwill and respect. The Philippines' influence is human-centered and lasting. It shows you don't need to be the biggest or richest to have a massive impact. In our interconnected world, collaboration and contribution matter most. The Philippines has mastered this, quiet leadership based on service and excellence. So next time you hear a pop song, visit a hospital, or see a skyscraper, look for the secret ingredient. You might just find the Filipino connection. The Philippines isn't shouting for attention. It doesn't need to. Its work speaks for itself, woven into the fabric of our modern world. The world's best-kept secret is out. The quiet superhero is all around us, making the world a better place.